Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris McGuire, and I have two things to talk about in this video. Number one, I noticed that we got a little bump in subscribers. I believe we got shared, and also we got a couple of top search results. So there's a bunch of new people commenting on our videos, joining the discussion, and I just wanted to say, welcome, howdy, how's it going? Good to have you, good to see you. I'm glad you're here, glad you joined the team. With that said, I have another thing to address. I've been asked this a couple times, and I addressed it once in my Q&A a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately it's all the way at the end of the Q&A, so a lot of people didn't see it, even the people that have been here for a while. So let me go ahead and address it and talk about it a little bit at more length. Hopefully I'll keep this video as short as possible, but it may ramble on a bit. You can look down there at the time, and if it's really long, you can run away now and still save yourself. You still have the chance. With that said, my review scores. How do I arrive at them? How do I get a 7 out of 10? How do I get an 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10? Why'd you give BioShock a 10 out of 10? That's way overrated. It's not really that good of a game. Why did you give Dead Island a 7? That game is horrible. The main thing I have to say is the number just doesn't matter to me. And it doesn't matter to a lot of people, and I can totally understand why. I think the number is silly, to be perfectly honest. We really just give the number as a habit, out of tradition, because a number can never really honestly represent a game well. It just doesn't. No matter whether it's a 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 100, we just can't represent games well with a number, because rating things on a scale, that's mathematical. That's scientific. And with games, in my humble opinion, are an art form. And when you try to rate art, it's always going to be subjective. My scoring and my scoring system will always be different from your scoring and your scoring system. So when people say, I thought this game was a 6, I thought it was a 5, I thought it was a 7 or an 8, you're probably right. What you got for that game, how you arrived at it, that is totally your thing. So when you disagree with my score, I totally support it. I am glad you disagree with it. The beauty of it is that we can disagree and we can come to an agreement to disagree. That we can disagree and still enjoy these videos and enjoy these games. Because disagreement is good. It is a good thing. It shows that people have different opinions, that we're so diverse that we can have all these different games. We can have games that are pleasurable to these people and games that are pleasurable to these people. So you maybe thought BioShock was a 9 or an 8, and that's awesome. That is really awesome. With that said, what you should pay attention to in my reviews is the words that I use, because before I even decide on a score, I write down the review. While I'm playing the game, I'll make notes. Sometimes I'll actually stop and write a part of the review because it's just so funny what I just thought of. It's rare, usually. Usually the creative process comes after the game, but sometimes while I'm in the game, I will think of something hilarious to say about this part because it's just so stupid what's happening. But anytime I come up with the score always comes after the review. I write down, yeah, well, it did this, and I try to encapsulate exactly what my player experience was, try to recapture that emotion I had while playing the game. I will sometimes watch the footage that I recorded, and I'll just reminisce on the game that I just played, and I will write the script that I'm going to voice. And then when I'm totally done, when all is said and done, I read it, and I say, well, this sounds like about a 7. And usually, about a week or two after I've done the review, I will get to thinking, and usually the score I gave it, I don't even agree with. I mean, if I went back and reviewed all the games that I have reviewed in the past, most of them would be a different score. I would give Judgment like an 8. I would give Tomb Raider like an 8. BioShock probably closer to a 9. I still really like it, but, a 10 maybe a little out of line. Dead Island, I still stick with the 7 with Dead Island. I just had so much fun that I can't really give it anything lower. I don't know. Call me crazy. But anyways, the number's not important. Pay more attention to the words I use. And also you can pay attention to the summary at the end. I have like a plus section and a minus section, and the pros and the cons. Those are usually a pretty good summation of how the game was. What are the good points? What are the bad points? That's probably what you should go on. If you see a major negative that is something really important for you, you probably shouldn't get the game, or you should maybe rent it instead of buying it. That's the stuff you should look at, not the number. Never, ever focus on the number, because the number is never going to be accurate. It never can be accurate, because it's arbitrary, and it's my number, not yours. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. Don't stress over the number. Don't sweat it. Anyways, once again, glad to have all the new people, glad you're here. And I look forward to seeing you in the comments and responding to you. So, cheers. Also, I got this new webcam because sometimes I don't really want to set up everything and go and make a video and you do all the editing hassle and everything. So I'm going to be making a few more frequent ones with this webcam, since it looks like it's pretty decent quality for a webcam. And I'll save the the editing and the green screen and, my DSLR and all that for more powerful vlogs, ones that are more important, ones that are really important to me that I really want to put a lot of work into. And I'll try to make these a little more often for those of you who are actually watching the vlogs and interested in what we have to say. Cheers! And this is the part where I have to end the video. Oh yes.